I think in this day and age where things are moving so quickly, and where there are kind of unprecedented, drastic things coming from the Trump administration, from government in general, having those relationships is key because a lot of times, whether it's an executive order or there's some sort of lawsuit, you'll need to act quickly to make sure that your representatives are aware of it and if there's any action that they can take. And so if you maintaining those relationships, knowing who the people are, they know who you are, and when time is of the essence, like it can be in these kind of fast-paced times, having those relationships can be really critical.
And I think the investment in those relationships is critical. I know, one of the things that, I've learned throughout my career is the first time you interact with somebody, you really shouldn't be asking for something. It's best if you have a conversation, build that relationship, bring value to the relationship. And particularly, I know at the federal level, just because the members of Congress and the senators are so busy, as Ben has said, just with scheduling literally from the time they get up to the time they go to bed, investing in those relationships with staff as well. The staff is critically important, and to build those relationships and to provide information that is helpful for the staff to do their job, which in turn is going to get to the member of Congress. So can't overestimate, how important that is.
So in my former life, leading corporate communications for the cooperative, I worked very closely with our DC office as well as a couple of associations that represented cooperatives. And they worked really hard, and I tried to do my part when members of Congress were researching something along the lines of ag co-ops or energy, and asked for, can you find me someone on the ground that I can talk to about XYZ, even if it had nothing to do directly with us. We would work hard to find that person. And I had the experience just a couple of months ago when I was in Washington advocating for this program I've worked for that has undergone a cut. And two House staffers asked me, we're trying to find a farmer who was an actual participant in selling to the World Food Program, the Food for Peace program, and can you help me? And I pulled out my contact book and went right at it, and they were very appreciative. But again, that's a relationship building thing that builds trust and credibility. So if you can have an opportunity to do that, it's really important to do it and follow through.
Yeah, and for these offices, those relationships are critical. There's so many times, whether it's an event or maybe there's a speech where they want to talk about it, maybe anecdotally, or a specific person, a specific farmer, they're going to go to the trusted source of information, and that's why those relationships are great. You can build capital up with them, and then at some point, if there's some issue that maybe they're on the fence about or it's dicey, you can use that goodwill and that capital with them to have things kind of break your way.
Yeah. Don't look at it as transactional. Look at it as building that relationship and sharing, the information and what's important to your organization and, the issue that you're talking about.